Good evening and welcome to the ASUS ROG Dream League. We're live here from the Monster Energy DreamHack studios and we are already in the finals of week 4 of the main qualifiers. Let's take a look at which two teams we have in store for you tonight. Our only two teams are going to be Vega Squadron. Yesterday they were able to beat Yellow Submarine and they're going to go up against Team Tinker, the team that had the first victory in 6.84, and they're looking of course to get many more as well, and hopefully for them also against Vega Squadron. They were able to beat Hellraisers yesterday, and of course also with me in the studio are our casters Andy and Owen, of course my co-host as well. Shane, how are you doing today?
All right, I just want to say I played a few games with this fella yesterday. It started off okay. He's like, okay, I'm going to try the Lone Druid thing. Right? All right, so he goes Mask of Madness, first item.
Lone Druid, Mask of Madness.
Then he starts to rush the...
Phase Mask of Madness.
Phase Mask of Madness.
Yeah,
my bad.
But that's a legit build.
Yeah, it's legit. Starts to get the Aghanims. And by this stage, we pretty much lost the game. Because like there was an Ursa that was like super powered and just like killed everyone.
You got wrecked mid too.
Yeah, I got wrecked mid. No, I'm done.
Are you blaming the loss on the Lone Druid?
It sounds like the way that he's phrasing it, that he's blaming me.
Yes,
it was okay.
But then you said there was an Ursa.
And on Scriff kind of went like a bit ham on Treant. He's like, I'm picking Treant, and then we had a Naga support as well. And then, right, I was like, okay,
What
this
were you playing?
I was playing Invoker.
Okay.
I was like, this is all fine. And they're pushing our base, and I buy back. And this Ursa was like super. He had like so many kills. They had a massive lead, and I killed him, and I got like 100 gold.
Because you bought back.
Yeah. And I was like,
greedy.
Where's my gold?
Yeah, he bought back and he killed like this guy with like a godlike or something like that. And he got like 160 gold or something, and we're just like, I think we lost.
Yeah, like I was expecting, okay, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna have a 4 staff after I kill him or something, you know, like it used to be.
You kill him and it's like,
I can buy a Clarity.
I actually get 0 money.
You can buy a mango.
I could buy a mango.
Yeah,
Should have bought a mango.
Should have bought a lot of mangoes. The item is actually crazy usable at low level though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Especially on Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
As you proved yesterday.
Oh my god, I didn't actually prove that it was OP though, because I actually didn't use the mango for like 12 minutes into the game. But I did rush Aghanims.
GG mango.
And I never, ever had to go back to base unless I died, which was not very often. It was a blast. New Nyx is amazingly fun.
Did you get all your challenges done?
Challenges? What challenges?
In the compendium.
In the compendium?
No, I bought it after I played. Like, it didn't get released until like 8 a.m. and by then I had already stopped playing. Because I went to bed at like 9:30.
What are the challenges? I only bought the compendium before we left.
I had a challenge where I had to place 8 wards for my team. Got that at some point. I just placed wards everywhere because we were winning so fast. It was going too fast, so made sure the line couldn't buy any wards.
8 wards isn't very much.
No, my other challenge was that we had to kill a tower before 12 minutes in.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, we got that too.
Tell them about the Aghanims.
I had that challenge that I had to get an Aghanims before 25 minutes, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to farm Alchemist. Gonna be good. And then someone else picked Alchemist on my team, but you know, I was like, okay, well, whatever. In the end, I picked Wind Ranger. I went offlane with the sniper support because he random sniper, and he was like, well, not gonna repeat.
I'm not a carry anymore.
Yeah, so he was support sniper. I went offlane. It went actually pretty well. I had an Aghanims in 16 minutes in total, and no boots.
What happened then?
And at some point, I finally had money to buy boots, so I went to the side shop. And I did something weird with my mouse, and I had to sell something, and I dragged my branch to the wrong thing, and I sold my Aghanims. Then I had boots and a maelstrom, and I begged Alchemist to still farm me an Aghanims, which he did, which actually went pretty fast. But
well, it's an Alchemist.
Yeah,
so
I made my challenge, but it was kind of weird.
So you accidentally sold Aghanims instead of a branch. It happened.
Yeah, they look alike.
Yeah, like they're made out of wood.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to note, after you left, their win rate went up significantly. What?
Surprise.
I'm serious. We won like every game after you left.
We won the first game.
Yeah, but then we lost like 2 or 3 in a row.
But you can't put that down to me.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you left and we started winning,
who did you get instead?
No one. We actually just queued with 4.
Yeah, because I was actually queuing on a different account and like jumped into your games. That's what happened.
Whatever.
Right. Oh, and how are you doing today? You played some of the patch?
Yeah, I did, absolutely. I mean, like a lot of people, I was like, Alchemist, this hero sounds great fun. You can buy Aghanims for other people. So I thought, I'm going to pick Alchemist, you know, we're going to go in straight into lane. We don't need to buy anything. We're going to pick up the bounty rune and get a hand of Midas as quick as we can. So, which we did do. I think it was about 3 minutes in, I got my Midas, which, even with the changes, it's not amazing. You know, we've seen some people, if you're able to secure both bounty runes, which I did tell my team to do, but they all ended up going to the other one and dying, which didn't help me in trying to get both bounties. So I got the bounty, we got Midas. Got brown boots because I thought we need boots at least,
Yeah.
and then I'll start building aghanims for people. I managed to get out about 3.5 aghanims, but at the same time we had lost about 2 racks, and the team was asking me why I wasn't contributing anything. As I was also the position 1 ALC, who was kind of non-existent because I was just kind of sweatshopping it, getting the aghanims out there, and it didn't really help that my team didn't actually play any heroes that benefited from aghanims upgrades either. So. I don't know, you know, you go into those games and there's always that guy who picks an alchemist. He thinks he's all that because he's got those Eternal Radiance blades from the DAC.
Do you have them?
I do, yeah. I'm one of those guys.
Okay.
And so I won't be picking alchemist again. I went back to picking PA, and as you were saying with the
picked Slark
challenges.
as well, right?
I did, I picked Slark, and that was fantastic. I mean, I leveled up my competitive, and I had a challenge to kill 10 heroes that gave me 300 coins, but because of the bonus, it would have given me 900. So that was already 90% of a free set.
You can buy sets and items with coins.
You buy sets and items with coins. So the challenges, normally they give you 100 coins, okay? So you get 3 challenges that you can do, you get 3 every 5 days, basically. And obviously, when you level up your compendium, there are some kind of levels you get to in which you'll get a coin rate bonus. So, for instance, mine was like level 200 or something, so I get a 300% coin rate bonus. So instead of a challenge that gives me 100 coins, if I complete it, I get 300. And then when you've got the coins, you can go to your compendium, you can trade in either 100 for an individual item, which I did first. I was like, okay, let's do this.
What did you
got
get?
a common quiver for Wind Ranger. I was like, okay, that's the last time I'm getting an item.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's save up for the set. I finished the challenges. I got enough. I got 1,000 coins for a full set. Got the set. It was a rare set for Enchantress, and it was not a good one. So I'm not too impressed yet by the sets and the item drops, but maybe we'll see those Reddit threads of people going, oh, look at this Arcana that I got. Oh, hey, look at me. Which will probably happen. That's Reddit.
It will happen. And it will ruin, like, what, 5 out of every 10 pub games now?
Someone's going to get that stupid Ursa set. Oh, there's going to be
No way, really?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's
No, probably not. But you know, with some of the, you know, in the past, there's been changes that haven't patched that, so it doesn't happen, and someone just turns up.
Your hair looks really good today.
Yeah.
I think that's all down to you, Shane.
I have to say, from this side, from the camera's angle, it looks even better.
Well, this side's better.
You got like the wavy thing going on.
Yeah, this side's...
Like, the wavy thing is kind of like...
You look like you should be in a new remake of The Breakfast Club.
That's
really what I'm thinking about right now.
Breakfast Club.
Oh my...
That's okay. Let's just move on
No,
quickly.
what is it? What is it?
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
He's either
Is it an
trolling
adult movie?
or he really
He's
doesn't know.
actually, he's actually not trolling. I mean, if he hasn't seen Pulp Fiction.
Like, I actually feel bad for him.
It's like having Lumi back.
I don't even think Lumi is this bad. They would be great friends.
Yeah, you would. You could just watch all the movies together.
It would be new to both of you, an experience
One day
that you
I'll
could
meet
share.
Lumi, maybe.
You met Lumi
Is
already.
Lumi still alive?
You showed me a picture of you with him.
Oh, I did. I got a picture with him. But that was when he didn't even have a clue who I was. He was like...
Are you sure?
I got to ESL1 Frankfurt. He walks through the door. I'm like, oh my God, it's a famous person. Lumi, take a photo. And then DPM. I was like, I'll take a photo of you guys. And then Lumi's got his thumbs out, did his good old Lumi pose. And I was like, I want to touch Lumi. Ooh. I was really excited. And then that was it. And then I met more famous people. So.
And he was afraid to walk up to me, apparently.
I'm joking, Lumi.
Yeah, he was.
I miss you.
He was afraid to walk up to Shiva.
I was. I saw Shiva and I was like, first thing I was like, oh my God, she's so tall. And then my mate was like, go over and take a photo. I was like, I don't know. You know, I kind of shifted from alpha to beta and I was like, I'm not approaching that woman. I'm just going to sit here. I'll settle with approaching Bruno. I approached Bruno, didn't approach Toby. He seemed a little bit too nice. In fact, he was really nice. He was actually spending a lot of time with the fans when I was there. And you had, of course, a massive crowd around him. So didn't go up to Toby. There's a kind of a big list of people that I kind of felt I didn't want to go up to. Like, I mean, the side of Na'Vi, they didn't have time for me. No, they just went straight past me. And I stood there with my hand out, got rejected.
A little tear.
And funny, because they went past and shouted something in Ukrainian at me. And I was like, I don't know what they said. They probably said, hello, nice British person. I'm sorry, I don't have time to take a photo with you.
In a British accent.
Sounds
That was
legit.
probably it.
But no, it was good. Anyway, enough about my life.
What happened today? We went to the supermarket right before we came here because we had to buy food, and I thought I'd buy ibuprofen because I'm
she
having
forgot
a headache.
ID.
Apparently, you can't buy an ibuprofen if you're not 18 in Sweden. And apparently, I look like I'm not 18, so I got ID'd.
They also do that for energy drinks, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I didn't buy
Like, if you're
energy
below,
drinks.
like, 14 or something.
In fairness, I got ID'd as well, so
Yeah, but that's because you look a bit dodgy, you know.
Why did you get
sell
ID'd?
you drugs.
When did you get ID'd?
like a week ago or so. Remember, you were with me on when I got ID'd.
Oh, when you were buying, cigarettes.
What did you buy?
Cigarettes.
have to be a certain age to buy
You have to be
Super?
20.
18.
21?
18.
Is it 18 here?
18?
It's not 21
Yeah,
here.
get wrecked,
Pretty
Shiva.
common everywhere.
No, no, I think it's 16 in the Netherlands.
It
Oh, really?
used to be 16. It got buffed
Maybe
up to
it
18.
got buffed.
It
Well,
got-
nerfed. It got nerfed.
We are so dirty.
You know when when I was living with you guys, I went home to my parents, and I said, yeah, my dad was like building something, and I was saying like, oh, you went really ham on that thing, and he looked at me and he was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I was like, God, I'm a nerd. It's happened.
Well,
Yeah, but going ham is like, you can. That's like okay.
That's not a video.
doesn't make
that's,
any
is that a
sense.
video
It doesn't
game
have
thing?
to make sense.
it's not
though.
Dota
That's not a
specific.
video game specific.
It's,
thing.
It's
Uh,
context, Shane.
Yeah, they do it in a lot of sports.
What, go ham?
Yeah,
really?
basic basketball. I know
yeah,
it's from
especially in the
basketball.
Meat Olympics.
The Middle Olympics.
No, that's a video you shouldn't watch.
Don't.
Well, we're here for Dota.
Yeah.
So
Fortunately.
yesterday we were also here for Dota, and yesterday we watched 2 semifinals, which brings, of course, our 2 teams today here. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday.
And they won't be able to because in comes a zip. There's going to be a call down straight away in response, but no one is there. They do back themselves up. Wall gets thrown down. There's going to be a Ron to PSM with the burst damage. They're about to blow up the darks here. Dale's going to take a missile to their head here. He'll go down as well. 2 heroes to fall on side Yellow Submarine. They are all grouped up as they get caught out by the Fisher, but can they follow it through? No, the side of Yellow Submarine just can't. They've lost Storm. They've lost Clinks as well as he gets fingered. There's your buyback from Barash.
No, not again.
No, triggers. It's all happening again. We're seeing a repeat buyback from Barash, and he dies. How can it happen again? 4 heroes down on Yellow Submarine. Oh, here comes Pilot Guy. He wants some action here with the Shadow Blade. Is he going to be able to find it? There's an entire team here. Goretz. He's got a gem. He's got 2 gems, and that means, well, looks like things haven't
there
changed
before.
But maybe it was all a setup. There's Black with the roar onto Goretz. Corner coming down. Quakefake does a lot of damage. Is it enough? Goretz getting low. They will be able to bring down the Night Stalker. BKB pop by Quakefer. They're maybe even be able to find the Lone Druid as well as the bear goes down. Artis is caught in the middle of it all. God damn, there's so much damage with the impact as he can't bring down Way2. The Way2's still alive, but the Supernova comes out just before the Phoenix goes down. Blink forward to the high ground from Black. He's trying to control this Enchantress. In comes Quakefer. Finds the final kill. It's a triple kill for Quakefer.
With yesterday's semi-finals out of the way, it brings us to the finals today, and we can take a closer look at the brackets to see how these 2 teams came to be in the finals today. There we have them. We saw Vega. Vega actually coming from the open qualifiers. Just want to point that out. Open qualifiers, beat Game Online, beat Yellow Submarines, and then now they are in the finals. And then Team Tinker, they were invited. So they got a bit of an easier road towards the quarterfinals. They 2-0'd every opponent so far, though. So we'll see if they can do the same thing to Vega. And of course, yesterday we saw Team Tinker already play their first game on 6.84.
Weren't Hellraisers also invited though? In fairness, they beat them in the
Yeah.
semifinals. So
Yeah,
it wasn't exactly the easier road. I don't know.
true. That is true.
Well, I think she just means like they had to play way more games. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you play through, I think 2 entire like of the open qualifiers that are on the DreamLeague, then you're still playing less games and playing through 1 open qualifier. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I mean, open qualifiers, I'm not sure if they're actually best of 3. I actually think they're best of 1, so you have to
No, they're
perform
best of
every
1.
single game.
And there's 128 slots in each of them. There was so a lot. I don't think they filled up every time 128, but there was the potential to you
Yeah.
had to go through a lot of stages to get to this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So quite impressive. So what are we thinking for this finals today?
Just looking at that, I honestly think like the Team Tinker really liked the gyrocopter because of the buff to Rocket Barrage. I think he got first blood with it in the top lane.
He did.
He did, yeah. And it was only because
No, because the first blood was in the
Highlight
river.
Eye was the first
In the
one.
river.
Yeah.
In the river.
There was a
But
Reddit post.
he
Fred
right?
got a double kill with Mango.
with the
Mango.
spamming
Okay.
lightning everywhere.
But he definitely got a kill with it just because of the buff, because he was like just in Rocket Barrage range. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
When he was chasing down the
Yeah,
Night
yeah.
Stalker.
Night
Yeah.
Stalker on top lane, yeah.
So I think they definitely favor that. And Enchantress, maybe they're like, oh god, that did so much damage to us yesterday.
I think they realize it's like you can deal with it.
Yesterday as well, they dealt with it. I mean, the first couple of fights, we noticed that they just weren't expecting that much damage coming from Enchantress, and once they noticed it, they were able to deal with it as well. So maybe it's when they expect it. It's
Even Pilot Dice said that. He's like, I don't even know if I'm going to ban the hero. It's more
Yeah.
just like, we weren't expecting this amount of damage output. We got it now. And then it's like, even in mid-game, if you can adjust to a hero that well and then beat it, I don't think you even ban it. I think you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's still strong though.
You know, I even
is.
think we're way too sexy. Like, he plays the channel a lot. You don't think he could play an Enchantress role?
Well, I mean, he could play it, but I think if they're like thinking the other team might pick Enchantress, I don't think they would like ban it out. Unless like the push is what they're worried about, not necessarily the Enchantress hero, you know, because then you would think about banning Chen instead or like Enigma or something. So. I
Oh,
don't
and
know.
who's your favorite person on Team Tinker? Favorite player?
I do like Pile Die. I think, you know, a lot of people feel he messes up a bit, but I feel like he messes up for a reason every time. You know, I think there's just something that we're not at a level to understand, but Pile Die, he knows. And he makes those plays, and we may question them at the time, but suddenly Team Tinker wins the game. Suddenly, there's a team-wide favour in the side. Yeah, Pile Die's dead, but he's done it for a reason.
Is that right? Is his heroes played right?
I am not sure.
That seems really wrong to me.
What were they?
Storm, Lone Druid, and Furion.
Probably not correct.
Not correct.
No.
No.
I don't have any. Like he had like a 73% win rate on Lone Druid. I'm like, I've never seen him play that. hero.
Neither have I.
And he's always been support roles in all of his
Yeah.
teams.
Maybe
that
that's
he's been in.
6.84 stats.
Yeah, I actually,
he's-
He's already
powerhousing
played like
games tonight.
50-something games. That's
I actually
impressive.
Been up all night.
checked. No, I checked last night. I checked this morning actually, and looked at all the Dota buffs to see if any of them were like practicing any heroes.
And were
And
they?
like nobody,
No.
nobody played at all. Or, like at least not pub games or official games. So they had to play scrims. It was probably scrims.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Mario Party buff, Pile Die's been doing amazing recently.
He really has, yeah. This new season.
Too soon.
New season, 6.84 Mario
Exactly.
Party. Love the buff they've done to Luigi now. Fantastic.
That acceleration.
Who's your favorite player, Shane? If it's not Pilot Eye.
For Team Tinker,
Yeah.
probably Qualifier, to be honest.
Okay.
I think like when he gets his signature heroes, like the Storm Spirit, that kind of stuff. I watched him a lot.
Maybe that
TI
were
as
the
well.
heroes from. No, yeah, what?
Okay.
I think, I think we
Hello.
found our mistake.
Yeah, they're all swapped.
This looks like Pile Die.
It does look like
that looks
Pilot
like
Eye.
Qualifier to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the picture.
The picture.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Doesn't look that much. That
Yeah,
looks,
that look.
Those heroes
Yeah.
are switched, is what he's saying. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that
Owen's
makes
just
much
been
more
a
sense.
bit of a bollocks.
Yeah.
a bit of a.
A bit of a bollocks.
That picture is sold. He looks nothing like that
That's
right
like
now.
No.
4 years ago.
What does he
Just
look like
FYI.
now?
He's gigantic. First up, he's super
Is he
tall.
big?
He's
guy.
no, really tall and
Very tall.
skinny.
I think he's
skinny
even
guy.
taller than
He's
both
taller
these
than
two, isn't he?
He's taller than
me.
me.
He's
Yeah.
taller than me for sure.
Nah, he's not taller than me.
I think
No,
so.
he's
Yeah,
actually
he's
taller
taller
than
than
you.
me.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's absolutely massive.
But he's not as tall as Goblak.
Goblak's
Goblet's the tall-
Goblak's the tallest.
Is he the
Yeah.
tallest guy in the scene?
I think so. I think he's also
Goblak.
taller than Puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, maybe.
Really?
They're all really tall. It's
I
hard to
think
tell exactly
so.
who's the tallest.
Well, Go Black and Puppy are the tallest, would you say? Who would win in a
Maybe
bar
it's
fight?
like
Probably Puppy.
Puppy.
you know, Quickfoot might
Puppy.
actually be taller than them.
I-
Maybe his hair is taller.
Maybe his hair.
Because Goblak's
comes-
got like this going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Puppy has a lot of hair, so it makes him taller. Maybe
Yeah, Puppy has a bit of a quiff, doesn't he?
he's like his kind of hair. that
Not-
just
not as
doesn't
good as
do
yours.
things.
You need to give me the puppy next time.
I'll give you the
Give
puppy
me the
hairdo.
puppy.
This was the Grease Lightning.
It was kind of like the 80s.
no, this was the Breakfast Club, like
This is-
100%. There's nothing that
I'm not.
This
I
shirt
don't know what you
helps
mean.
so
he's
much.
got the Emilio Estevez hair.
Okay, the
Look
sh-
at that.
the
Yeah,
shirt
it does.
helps a lot.
It
It might have been a little bit longer in the movie, but
It was quite a bit longer.
same
That's
style.
why Grease Lightning would be a bit better, even though in the movie it was a
Yeah,
little bit longer
maybe.
as well.
Maybe. You've seen
Yeah.
Grease, right?
I have seen Grease.
Oh, thank God.
Jeez.
I've not seen the sequel.
I don't
though.
know why I
I've not
scared
seen the
myself
sequel.
like
I
that.
haven't seen the sequel.
There's,
either.
isn't there? There's a Grease too, isn't
I
there?
haven't seen that.
There is a sequel.
There is a Grease
Yeah.
too, but it came like 20 years after the real
And it
one.
was not great.
Is it not?
No.
A bit like Titanic too. That was awful. I was not
Okay, yeah,
happy
but
with
Titanic 2, everybody died. Spoiler.
that. Well, you haven't seen the sequel yet. They do some innovative stuff in it.
Zombies.
I'll tell you that.
I mean, I'd watch a Titanic zombie movie. People stuck in the boat with zombies, like frozen zombies.
Yeah,
This is true.
Wait, if they were frozen, would they really be that scary?
Yeah, but
Depends.
what
They're
if
they
they could
slower?
like throw ice at you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And who's your favorite player on Vega Squadron?
Well, if I say anybody other than Sam, I'm a liar. Because Sam invented me.
Well, I say Vega
I was going to say,
Squadron.
when did
Oh,
he
you said
start playing
Vega.
for
I thought
Vega?
you said Tinker.
She's trying to throw
No,
it
no,
off there.
no,
She
I
changed
actually
his
switched
teams. She
teams.
switches teams
I
mid-quest.
switched
Well, in that
teams.
case, Mag, easy.
Okay, we can also watch a Boba later. If if production allows you to have
Yeah,
two
I
favorites.
thought we were going over one team,
Well,
and
that
then we
was
would
the
go to
plan.
another. But there was no transition from team to team.
This is true.
So
Come
you
on,
just
host.
said Vega.
I did.
And I just
There
didn't
you
hear
go.
it.
That's Sam
No,
right
look,
there.
this
And he has the right heroes
Can we
as well.
change like the Team Tinker thing to Vega just so I look better? No, okay.
No,
we
we
tried.
can't.
At least his heroes are right.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there we
Oh,
go.
hello. Look at this.
You know, these stats are 6.83, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe not that relevant anymore. Now we have the player profiles those are all-time hero stats.
Yep.
Well,
So
some
we-
of them.
Some of them. So what we're talking about this morning is like these stats, to be honest, not that interesting anymore with this current patch.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to take into consideration some teams might be slower to adapt.
Yeah,
and might
true.
stick to more of what they feel they're good at, instead of just being like, new patch, let's just go ham. You know, especially with like
Aw.
a lot of different other things happening. Like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be Battlegrounds happening soon.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why Dreads mentioned that his team wasn't able to practice that much. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
like havoc right now in the Dota scene with the patch and all the tournaments.
I'm
So.
pretty sure the ESL guys rescheduled their games as
Yeah,
well.
they're going to play on Wednesday instead. You're right.
Gives them more time. That's why I like this. It's fresh and no one knows what's going on. You know?
I really enjoyed yesterday's games.
Yeah, me too.
One game. I enjoyed the other games as well. Sorry, I enjoyed all the games. Just one slightly more than the others.
Do you think they'll pick the Dragonite? He talked about it in the interview.
He said he was thinking about it, right? Maybe. I don't know. I think the damage being lethal is a huge bump.
On the acid?
Yeah, on his ultimate. Is because normally, like he just mentioned, he does what he does better. So he sits in the lane, he kills a tower. You know, if the tower can get a last hit by getting the corrosive breath on it, like not having to commit, it's 100 damage guaranteed every time you hit the tower once.
Yeah.
Right, not including your base damage. So it's actually pretty significant that you can just walk up there, and if somebody leaves the lane, the tower is dropping like 100% of the time. And the base damage debuff with how tanky the DK already is, it's really good against any right-click team. And there's some pretty good synergy between like him and maybe you get like a Venge on your team and the Venge is dead and you dual breath and then the other team does like 70% less damage.
That's actually really cool.
It's insanely powerful in some situations. Not saying you should pick just because of that, but stuff like that can happen.
That's the reason they're going to pick it.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah.
The other team's going to pick like...
This is why you always lose us Dota.
Well,
That's probably true.
Yeah. You're just like, this is cool synergy. Let's pick all this stuff. And then we have no disables. And a bunch of heroes who are rushing Aghanims.
Okay, in Dota, Andy, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. If you can be a wizard and do cool things,
it doesn't matter if you win or
Yeah.
lose.
that's all it's for.
It doesn't matter if you win or lose.
There's nothing like watching Shane just walk around the map with an Octarine core and Aghanims just going Hadouken every time his deafening blast is up. That's all he did. He just ran around with Max Level Invoker and just yelled that every time he used deafening.
There was even one time I had full combo up, and I even had like a Yules and Sunstrike up, and I just like
deafenings twice.
Yeah, I uninvoked it and just invoked it.
Well, we're going to talk about the rest of the players later, but we're going to do that without you two. Shane can stay.
Oh,
You know,
thanks.
but
Oh, I see, we've got favourites now.
Yeah, unfortunate.
It was the joke you made earlier. We're gonna have to get rid of you.
yep. Owen and Andy will be going to the caster desk, and we're going to make space for our weekly guests. And with us on the couch now, of course, is Slasher, as he has been for the past 3 days as well. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Did you bring sushi?
No, I didn't bring sushi.
Did you eat sushi today?
Yes, but now I've eaten sushi for like 4 days and I'm
Getting sick of it.
I'm getting sick of it, so I don't even want to talk about sushi.
Okay, let's not talk about sushi. Who's your favorite player in Team Tinker? But it preferably can't be.
Who's your favorite player apart from the players we've already looked at?
So I love all the players equally.
Oh,
I don't
That's
have
so
any
sweet.
specific preference.
Okay, well, let's take a look at Way Too Sexy. We saw him, of course, earlier in this week already with the support Night Stalkers. And we have
what's
his
his
profile
favorite
as
heroes?
well. Oh,
They look very similar to.
they're quite fun.
Yeah, it's almost like they only picked 3 heroes in their
Yeah.
entire team.
Could be. But these are more
I
his
think they're
heroes.
actually his heroes,
Yeah.
or Pilot Ice. It's kind of hard to tell. What do you think?
Are we gonna
I'm really
are we gonna
confused
see
now.
Visage this patch? Because something that Shane was really crazy about when the patch notes came, he said the familiars, they're so strong. They require 4 hits to take down, and you can't be taking them down anymore with the whirling axes or whatever you want to do. Take
or
them down with.
Bristleback or all
Bristleback.
the actual counter.
So I think the reason why we don't see a Visage so much in pubs is that you have to micro the birds, and that's
Fair enough.
most people, they really don't want to do that. And
I get that pain.
we saw him sometimes in competitive, especially with Row, but recently we haven't seen him that much.
No.
I think he's a really powerful hero. I think there's definitely room for him in drafts.
Like if you're split pushing with him, it takes 8 tower hits to kill him. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. Like
Double
that's
the amount.
That's insanity. Like
Yeah, that's from I think from like maybe 3, maybe 4 tower hits to like 8 tower hits. I
yeah,
think.
exactly. Yeah.
So that's really strong.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
split pushing Visage birds, it's gonna be the thing.
And creeps need 12 attacks, no? 16.
16, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 times.
But also, heroes. So heroes now, that's 4 attacks now.
Yes, it has to be 4.
That's really also big.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could have a hero that could just kind of one.
Yeah, like Shadow
shot
Fiend,
them.
Sniper,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
If they turn to stone and come back up, basically every single time, if the player is microing them, they should be able to get away. Right?
Unless they have insane attack speed with like the
Yeah,
The
with
moon
like the
shards.
moon shard.
Yeah.
Or unless the positioning is very unfavorable and there's blink heroes involved.
true.
Then they might be able to blink after them as well, if they blink the right way. But yeah, I mean, Visage, maybe we're going to see that. We saw him already as one of the main picked heroes, or rather, one of the favorite heroes for either it was Qualifier, probably
I
not,
think basically
or
the
Way Too
patch
Sexy.
completely screwed up our stats. So we take them from I think that Dota
Yes.
and basically the way it worked was the production guys just did their code wasn't sorted for the patch or something like that.
Maybe that. Let's
Well-
take a look if Black stats are right.
Oh.
We can do that. That's the last one of Team Tinker that we haven't talked about just yet. And yes, that is
Oh.
definitely right. And the gyrocopter comes back there once again as well. He actually, like, there was a whole era where everybody played gyrocopter and Lifestealer. Obviously, Black played that as well. And I mean,
That was before the nerf the flak cannon, wasn't it? That was when
Yeah,
Gyrocopter
that
was
was
his
flak
biggest.
cannon was
We
too
still
strong.
see him every now and then, but like not nearly as regularly.
But the thing is that Black has actually been nerfed this patch, because he's a player that just
Clicks
prefers to
creeps.
just farm,
yeah.
and now you get less gold from farming.
Yeah.
So it's literally just a nerf to Black.
Yeah, the new Battlefield.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's true.
The new Battle
new
Fury.
Battle Fury is
Yeah.
a bit better. Now it also has the Quelling Blade kind of effect. Yeah, so that's and as they have nerfed Black a bit, and then
They
They
buffed
buffed
him
him.
again.
It's
Buffed him
equal. It's equal.
Well, it's what? It's like 7% less gold from melee, from well, like pretty much both creeps.
yeah. But at least when he plays Anti-Mage, it should be kind of the same. But if he plays other farming heroes where you don't get Battle Fury, it's a nerf to him.
Jumping over to Vega Squadron, the team that's going to be playing against Tinker tonight. A favorite player. I think I know your favorite player, but you can say it anyways.
Who is it, you?
I would think it's Mag.
Well, Andy already said Mag, and
There were no stats yet, so,
Oh.
you know. You can say
it
Mag.
is Mag, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say Seema the Slayer as well. He's number 2.
No, those are definitely his heroes. Used to play loads of Darkseer, but it was also in the Darkseer era. Darkseer, I don't know, like his heroes. The one thing that for Mag's heroes would be changing for me, like Centaur.
Yeah.
It might not be
definitely
listed
Centaur.
here, but Centaur.
Well, when we saw them play it, when was it? Yesterday? They actually Mag
they didn't have him play him.
Yeah, Mag. That's because they picked the Beastmaster first.
Yeah.
So Mag obviously prefers Beastmaster to Centaur, but he is an outstanding like Centaur player, like one of the best.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a Beastmaster today.
Yeah.
And probably also Centaur.
Actually, Mag was the only player out of all the teams that played a pub game on their Dota buff, and
Was it Beastmaster?
and he played Beastmaster. Yeah.
Here you go.
So
We are calling it right now. Beastmaster is gonna be seen.
I think actually Beastmaster might be banned because yesterday already, even like we talked to Mag after his game that was before the patch, where he played Beastmaster 2 games in a row, and he said like Beastmaster is really strong right now, and he's going to be even stronger in 6.84.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Team Tinker is going to ban that out.
what do you think about the base attack time on the board? Like it makes him attack a lot faster with the aura of Beastmaster because of the base attack time. But do you think it makes that much of a difference?
It's gonna help a bit. I think just like there's 3 changes. So base damage is improved by 4.
Yeah.
And then I think the wild axis, I think they went from 0.5 seconds to cast them to 0.4 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the ball is like attacks a bit faster. So it's kind of just quality of life for Beastmaster improvements. That's just gonna help all.
Yeah, I think honestly, sometimes when you're chasing with the boar, like just having that extra little attack to continue, like to sort of slow us constantly on them, could be pretty huge.
Yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the players of Vega as well. We can take a look at Solo. I think next to Mag, he is their most known player. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Solo and Mag got added only on Monday, but they are still probably the 2 star players in their team.
Okay, so these are old stats as well.
Yes, but Solo has played, like he's played in different teams, he's played different roles, so this is basically a whole bunch of different role heroes where we see him as. But he now plays support.
Yeah, he was playing Chen yesterday actually.
And
Yeah,
this is Seema, also support.
Seema's Earthshaker in this competition.
Yeah, because I would say like these 3 heroes, I mean, they all, like, they're okay, don't get me wrong, they're not bad, but they didn't get like super duper strong that we should be worried about them.
I think Lion even maybe a tiny nerf as well with the the hex changes.
No one.
Now you can no longer hex, for example, Phantom Assassin,
Exactly.
and just
Nuke her down.
yeah. Now you will actually miss.
No one, the mid player of Vega Squadron.
He's quite buff, isn't he?
He is very buff. Look at those neck muscles. Look, actually, I think his dentist is. I think his dentist is quite proud.
What, that he got his teeth so sharp?
And from Nine Pasha Bashu as well. Well, they don't see like they seem
must be-
very white.
Yeah.
You know.
Which
They don't seem
Pashubashus
curious.
or
What?
no? Which teeth? Pashubashus or no names?
Both.
Both.
They probably have the same dentist.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But they say so too.
Are you sure it's him?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I met him. I was a bit shocked, but like.
You don't want to run into him at night.
No.
The skin color alone is fine, but you know, with the teeth and the shoulder muscles there, it's like
Quite intimidating.
very intimidating.
It's quite a coincidence that there's actually a creep in Dota that looks exactly like him.
No, the creep was obviously based on him.
Okay.
He's a good friend of Ice Frog, and they based the creep on it.
Yeah, this is a true story.
Cool.
What's funny?
I don't know.
Okay.
So we have Team Tinker versus Vega. What are we expecting to see here? Like, first of all, who do you think will win? I can ask that.
It's
Deep
so
sighs.
difficult to tell. Like
It is. It really
we saw
is.
one game of Team Tinker on the patch.
Yes.
And that game was even like really, really close game.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for Vega 2-1.
2-1 for
Yes.
Vega.
Why?
Why? Indeed.
The Beastmaster is gonna come out.
But Beastmaster's also going to get
Team Tinker
banned.
picked Beastmaster yesterday. Black played it.
Vega picked it twice also as well.
So you think? Well, Mag did play amazingly on the Beastmaster, getting solo pickoffs on the Storm Spirit and stuff like that.
Tinker also won with the Beastmaster.
Yeah, they did as well. Oh god, this is hard.
You have to choose one.
I
Shane.
have to pick a. I don't know.
You can at least say it's gonna go
Okay,
to
I
three
believe in Team
games.
Tinker because
Okay.
Bulba's going to try some cool stuff. I honestly, because I remember him talking about the last patch, and some of his ideas were really cool and ended up being like coming to fruition near the end of it. So honestly, I think Team Tinker because if Bulba can get a bit of say in the draft, I think it'll help.
I'm going for the Cinderella story because Vega Squadron came from open qualifiers,
Okay.
and I just
And you like Disney
in
movies?
theory Vega is the underdog here. It's on paper, and Cinderella stories are fun. So
Team
Vega Squadron.
Tinkerino, that's the evil stepsister. So
I'm apparently
Team
I'm evil.
Tinker is the evil stepsister.
Don't even think they're like Vegas Squadron probably aren't related to Team
No.
Tinker. Doesn't really
That's why
work.
it's
Doesn't really
stepsisters.
matter. But no, I think
They're
Vega
still
Squadron is going to take
related.
2-1.
Not by blood.
yeah,
2.
they're related by Dota.
They're related by Dota. Dota is their father.
It's great. I am actually going to hand you a box because it has been already keyboard day. We've already had a headset day and a mouse day as well. And today is mousepad day. Mousepad.
Keypad.
I don't know how I come to that, but it's mousepad day.
Keypad's the thing on the right hand side of the keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Lord Shiva.
So mousepad day, you can win this mousepad. You can also win any of the other items that I just mentioned if you go to facebook.com/ROG Nordic. And there you have to select your most favorite hero, most MVP hero of this week's qualifier. So it has to be specific to this week's qualifier. And you have to, of course, also list your motivation with that as well. And then after today's games, it will actually be Slasher who decides which hero that is. And then the rest is going to be decided by ASUS.
The Mesma was attacked by
he's not
an animal.
bribable. Not bribable. Good.
It was attacked by an animal.
It was. And
So-
these are actually the mouse pads and the gear that you're going to get. So
There's a
hopefully
manual
for you,
if you're
Shane
Okay,
washed
yeah,
his
will I read the
hands.
manual for you?
No,
you're
that's
unsure how to
fine.
use it.
Okay,
I
hold
think
on,
people
hold
don't
on.
want to read the manual. I actually think people
it's
want to.
only, it's only like 50 pages.
Can you mute the microphone, Shane? No. People want to see the draft, Shane, because the draft is on the way. It is time for Vega Squadron versus Team Tinker,
hold
our
on.
first game of the finals. It is Odie, Pixel, and Draskell that you will hear from. There you go.